Hey there. Have you ever had or heard of a dish called egg in the hole? Well, I'm going to make that into a sandwich today. It's got a lot of protein. It's cheesy, crispy, delicious. You can have this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. My name is Mari. Let me show you how to make it. I'm going to be putting bacon on this sandwich, and I like to use a nice, thick, meaty bacon. And I bake my bacon in the oven. I prefer to do that over cooking it on the stove in a skillet. I feel like it's less mess, and it just gets the bacon nice and crispy, and it stays flat, which is perfect for this sandwich. Now I'm gonna crack some black pepper on this bacon. Think layers of flavor. And I like a peppery bacon. I like peppery bacon strips. If you don't, just skip this step. You could also use some kind of I wouldn't necessarily use salt because bacon is salty, but you could sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar if you like it sweeter. You could use any kind of a seasoning that maybe isn't too salty. All right. So bacon's on the tray. I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees. And it usually takes about 20-30 minutes. Again, it's gonna vary on how fast your oven cooks. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in and get it nice and crispy. This is a hearty sandwich. So you are gonna wanna use, just like the thick bacon, you wanna use a good thick bread. This is sourdough bread. It doesn't have to be sourdough. You can do white bread, probably, even wheat bread. But it needs to be thick and kind of a sturdy bread that's gonna hold up to the egg, the cheese, the bacon. So what I'm using today is sourdough. I'm going to cut a hole in the middle of it where the egg is gonna go. So let me show you how to do that. All right, I have my bread here. Now you're only gonna cut a hole in one piece of bread. So I would pick the one that's probably the thickest and kind of has maybe a little bit bigger and is more sturdy. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Now, a biscuit cutter would be great, like one of those round biscuit cutters. I had one, I don't know what's happened to it. So I'm gonna use this measuring cup because it's about the right size. And you just wanna kind of put it in the middle. I'm gonna bear down on it. I may end up having to cut around it. Oh, no, it looks like this might pop right out. If not, I'm just gonna use a knife and cut the rest. Nope, perfect. So here you have, this is where the egg is gonna go. All right, now I'm going to take just some regular mayonnaise and spread it on one side of the bread. Mayonnaise gives a grilled sandwich a really nice, crispy texture and a good flavor, more so than butter, actually. This is kind of a recent thing. I used to always make grilled sandwiches with a little bit of butter, but ever since I started using the mayonnaise, it's a bit of a game changer. You should try it. You don't need a lot. In fact, you don't want a lot, but definitely just a little bit. Okay, and you're only putting it on one side of the bread. All right, let's spray our skillet with some non-stick cooking spray. Just give it a light spray. All right, now the skillet's hot. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bread in, mayonnaise side down. Get it toasted before I put the egg in. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cheese on this side. Now I am using American cheese. I don't usually use American cheese for sandwiches except grilled ones because I just love the way that it melts. You can use any kind of cheese, like cheddar. I don't know about Swiss. I imagine it would be good. I've never done this with Swiss, but I love the way that American cheese melts with this sandwich. It's just a personal preference. All right. Now, I'm gonna give this just another minute to toast, and then I'm gonna flip it and crack the egg in the hole. Couple more minutes, be right back. All right, it's time to flip this bread and crack the egg right in the center. Okay. Gonna add a little bit of seasoned salt and pepper to the egg. Give it some flavor. Just a little bit. Okay. Then I want to do a little bit of everything seasoning bagel. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Just gonna sprinkle it on there, just a little bit. All right, let's make sure it's not getting too dark. I may have to take that one out. I'm gonna put the bacon on there. See how nice and crispy that is? Nice and stands out straight. It's perfect. Okay, I'm going to cover this so that the egg has, it kind of helps trap the heat in so that the egg will cook better. All right, this is done. I'm going to go ahead and plate it. I'm going to add some tomatoes. Before I do that, I'm going to actually season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it some layers. Layers of flavor. Pepper. Tiny little bit of salt on the tomatoes. Okay. Right, now, see the yolk will still be a little bit runny. You could cook yours longer if you don't want it that way. All right, now I'm gonna cut it. Okay, the sandwich is done. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Okay, so there you go. The yolk is a little runny. If you like that, this is perfect. If not, you can cook it longer. Okay, and now I'm going to give it a taste. Okay, sandwich is done. That look good. All right, I'm gonna give it a taste. Now again, if you like your yolk a little more firm or even a little more runny, you can cook it less or cook it more. It's totally up to you. But I'm gonna give it a bite. That's perfect. This is a wonderful sandwich. I love everything works. The bacon's nice and crispy. The sourdough bread cooked in the skillet with a little bit of mayonnaise spread on the top gets nice and crispy. It has a lot of protein. I mean, you've got your egg, you've got bacon, you've got the cheese. Again, I know it's American cheese, but that's what I like on these kinds of things because it melts so beautifully. I mean, it just melts into the bread. It's perfect. But you can play around with this. You could put whatever kind of cheese on here you like. You could use turkey bacon. You don't even have to use bacon. You could put just cheese and an egg. So whatever you want to do. But this is good. You got to make this. Thanks so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate your time. Love to have you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put the recipe in the description box below. Until next time, make a wonderful sandwich. Bye.